it's a very good question, Sharon. And at this point, looks like things are changing for tomorrow. But then they're picking up again as we head toward the weekend. So we're going to have that extended forecast coming up for you in just a minute. We're taking you outside right now to the Santa Monica Pier, the Ferris wheel lighting up, and we're looking at mostly clear skies. A bit of fog actually expected at the coast as we move into the next few hours here. And as we move into tomorrow, a little bit of that onshore flow starting to make a return. So with that, we will see a little bit of a cool down mainly at the coast. But even then, we're expecting upper 60s tomorrow and still looking at warm temperatures in the basin and through your inland spots. Take a look at numbers out there this evening. We're in the 60s, upper 60s, quite mild. 67 in San Dimas, 65 in downtown. And taking it over to San Pedro, you're currently at 62. In Laguna Beach, you're at 66 degrees. Earlier today, we made it to 81 in downtown. Very impressive considering average is 73 degrees. Record numbers 90. So we're inching closer to record numbers. Will we get there? We'll let you know coming up in just a bit. Rick and Sharon, back to you. Always want to go to lunch. Have you been to lunch?
I've seen the re-entry coming back into landing at Edwards Air Force Base out there.
Pretty impressive.
I grew up out in that area, and we'd hear the sonic booms all the time growing up, and they felt like earthquakes out there because the windows would shake, and it was really incredible.
That's neat. I've been to Vandenberg a few times, but the launches kept getting scrubbed.
Yeah, because of the weather, right? Always.
Always the weather.
So blame it on the weather.
And see, if it was out here,
right.
it would be
if we had a launch today, it would be perfect.
It would.
It would be perfect.
Absolutely gorgeous. So, it was summer today.
Exactly. I say let's schedule one, but I think that's a little beyond our control, right? But yeah, it was summer today. Well above average temperatures, and well, they're going to stay above average for now, even though we are expecting a little dip as we head into tomorrow. So we're going to break down all the numbers for you. Coming up in just a minute, we are taking you outside right now. And as we do, we're getting a look from our Mount Wilson camera. Mostly clear skies, a little bit of fog making its way toward the coastline. And that's going to be the case tomorrow as that onshore flow starts to push in just a little bit. We've got low pressure passing to our north. It's a very weak area of low pressure. So as a result, we're just going to see a little bit of a cool down and, well, a little bit of cloud cover, especially at the coast. But it's not going to have a huge bearing on our forecast at all. You'll see earlier today, 81 in downtown. Pretty impressive considering the average is 73. So we were a good 8 degrees above average for this time of year. Again, cooling temperatures down a bit over the next 24 hours, but it's still going to be a warm day. 50s, 60s, and by the afternoon, we're up into the 70s. And again, that's for the basin. 74 degrees tomorrow for downtown, 65 in Santa Monica. So we're going to feel the cool down at the coast. Palmdale, 79, and Woodland Hills, you're getting up to 84 degrees by tomorrow afternoon. So still a pretty warm day, especially into your inland spots. Valleys in the Inland Empire showing 80s for the next couple of days. And if that's not warm enough for you, well, how about 90s by Friday? Hopefully you can find a pool by Friday or even the weekend. 95 by Saturday. It feels funny saying that, yep, because it's really going to be that warm. And we haven't said 90s in a while. So if you think this is warm, well, we're going to take you to the beach and the basin coming up in just a bit. We'll show you exactly how warm it's going to get in your neighborhood. Back to you. And we're expecting a pretty big warm-up in the forecast. We're going to have all the details coming up. Something like that. Yeah, but you'd have to usually round up. So I'm kind of giving away the number, but 95. But with the 5, you can round up or down. So there you go. Depends on how you do it. But yes, getting close to triple digits. That's exactly right. We're getting a look outside right now from our Hollywood Hills camera. We're overlooking the basin, overlooking downtown right now. And as we do, well, a little bit of cloud cover starting to move in. No surprise, because low pressure is going to start to pass to our north. What does that mean for us? A little cooler, a little cloudier. Won't have a huge bearing on our forecast, though, at least not at this point. Temperature-wise, we're in the 50s and the 60s this evening. 65 in downtown, 63 in San Pedro, 65 in Laguna Beach, and 60 in Temecula. Earlier today, we made it to 81 for downtown. Pretty impressive considering average is 73 degrees. So we were, well, a good 8 degrees above average for this time of year, 9 degrees below our record numbers. So records around this time of year in the 90s, so it's a little tough to beat, but we're getting close. Tomorrow, a little cooler, though. Over the next 24 hours, 50s and 60s, and then finally getting up into the 70s, 74 degrees for your forecast high in downtown. Again, cooler than today. Remember, we were at 81 today, but we're expecting more warming later in the week. Palmdale 79 tomorrow, Riverside 83. You're going to see a little cooler at the coast. Santa Monica, you're at 65 degrees. So as we mentioned, that onshore flow starting to kick up as low pressure passes to our north. A slightly cooler forecast for you. And additionally, well, if you don't like the cooler weather, we've got the warmer weather. Not that tomorrow is going to be cool by any stretch of imagination, but it will be a little cooler. So we're warming up again as we head into the later part of the week. In your weekend, we're talking, well, warm to hot temperatures. How warm, how hot? Well, let's get a look at your 5-day forecast, and you'll see right here as we take you to the coast. We're expecting a little more cloud cover the next couple of days. Mild temperatures by Thursday. By Friday, we're in the mid-70s. Saturday, mid-70s, and a little cooler as we head into your Sunday. We're at 72 degrees. For the valleys in the Inland Empire, a little cooler over the next couple of days, but still not cool. We're in the 80s. By Friday, we're warming up to the 90s, mid-90s by your Saturday, and we're at 90 degrees by Sunday. So we could call that hot, something that we haven't seen in quite a while. And for the basin in Orange County, mid-70s, upper 70s. And if that's not warm enough for you, well, how about mid-80s by Friday and Saturday? And still keeping temperatures quite warm by your Sunday. Technically, it's cooler, but we're still at 80 degrees. Back to you.
It's going to be hot.
Had a couple of these actually
really.
in the last few months.
Right. We've been talking a lot about that. Those flares and that glowing ray that you see, it's going to feel like that.
It's going to feel like that, but it's not the flare.
Right.
Because usually when this happens, you know, we'll say, oh, it's because of the flare. But it's not. It's not
connected.
Not connected. But we are expecting quite a bit of a warm up. We're not actually going to hit record temperatures. That's going to be tough to do because record numbers are well into the 90s, even the triple digits. Wow. We could eventually hit the 90s, I'll tell you where, but those are the spots where we have about triple-digit records. So, and we're expecting some changes in our forecast. In fact, very warm temperatures on the way. I'll tell you how warm coming up in just a little bit.
Passengers slam into the... Well, by Saturday, we could have triple-digit temperatures, according to Evelyn Taft.
Well,
Not
possibly.
right.
All right, so we're exaggerating just a tiny bit, right?
Well, not really. Close.
Near triple-digit temperatures. Well, we're talking mid-90s, and so we're getting up to about 95 at this point. So at the 5, you can either round up or you can round down. 96, well, you can round up, certainly, to the triple digits. So we're going to have those numbers coming up for you in just a minute. We do want to take you outside right now to radar, and you're going to see, well, a little bit of fog out there, and that's going to be the case tomorrow. That onshore flow starting to develop. With that, a little bit of a cool down. Mild temperatures out there tonight, 60s for the most part, but don't worry if you like the heat. We're going to see more of it as we head into the later part of the week. Saw it today, 81 in downtown, average is 73. Over the next 24 hours, a little cooler. Not cool, we're in the 70s, but we are cooler tomorrow. 78 in Anaheim, Santa Monica a little cooler at 65, Riverside at 83, and Woodland Hills. You're getting up to a pretty warm 84 degrees by tomorrow afternoon. So as we get a look at your 5-day forecast for the coast, you're going to see a bit of clouds and sun for the coast the next couple of days, and then it's clearing out and it's warming up. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're in the mid-70s. And as we get a look at the valleys in the Inland Empire, sunshine across the board, mid-80s, mid-90s. You're going to see by Saturday, 95 degrees. So yes, indeed, if we round up from 95, that does make triple digits. But we're getting close, but not quite hitting triple digits. And for the basin in Orange County, we're a little cooler as we head into tomorrow, but then we're picking things back up again. Upper 70s by Thursday. If that's not warm enough for you, 80s. Continuing through Saturday, even through Sunday. Rick and Sharon, back to you.
Thank you.